and welcome back to this channel. Today we are going to start with a little bit of unboxing, and as you can see, this package has taken quite a bit of a beating up, but it does seem that the plastic bubble wrap inside that protects us is still intact, so I am relieved. But this is a package from my Secret Santa, or not really Secret Santa, but it's a gift exchange. It wasn't really anonymous because they had to send over their tracking number that they sent to me, and I also had to kind of shop for some stuff for my gift exchange and send it to them, which that will be in a vlog coming in January. But for now, let's just open this baby up. So this gift exchange is part of the fountainpens subreddit, which I thought was really cute. I saw posts going on about it last year, and I thought that I would also be interested in joining for this year, especially because I feel like I'm at a point in this fountain pen hobby or rabbit hole where I kind of know what I like, but then again, it means that I'm not really venturing far off from what I already know I like. So I thought this would be a really cool and interesting way to try out some new stuff and explore what, I think I'm not supposed to show this, and explore, this is a really cute paper clip. But I thought this would be a really good way to explore all the new things in the hobby, or just things in the hobby that I would have never thought to explore on my own to begin with. I think that's it. Okay, I think this is the receipt. So actually, because my fountain pen gifter ordered this online, they were unable to give me a message directly, so I already have received the letter, and I have a hunch of what they ordered, but I don't know what exactly it is. Oh, this is pretty cool. So I'm gonna open this up first. This is, oops, I should just rip it. I was intending to recycling this today. It's a sketchbook bundle. Okay, this is a sketchbook bundle directly from Cult Pens, so I'm guessing this is where the package was ordered from. 3 books. Oh, this is perfect. I was actually just thinking about getting some more sketchbooks that are lighter in weight, because the ones I currently have, they seem a bit bulky, and I wanted something a little bit lighter because I get the hardcover ones normally. If you've seen through my previous flip throughs, which I'll link right up here, for my sketchbook tours, they are usually they're usually hardbound. So I think these are really great. I can't wait to see how they fit exactly, if it's for use with watercolor. It doesn't really say. Stapled sketchbook. It doesn't really say. I'll probably check out their specifications online, and then I will try and see how I can use it on this channel. And this one, this is a Lemmy All-Star. Love it. In a fine nib in gold trim. Oh, these look so beautiful. Let me actually remove this cartridge with this ring because I want to take a picture of them later. This is pretty cool. I do love my Lamis, and this is one of the most reliable pens alongside the Safari. I mean, same configuration, just different body material. So I'm gonna put it back in. And as always, Lamy pens do come with a Lamy Blue Standard ink. Need to figure out how I can move this up. So the tier that I participate in, I think there are a couple of tiers, but I am in the elite tier, and the reason for that is because I know most of these people on subreddit are based in the US or maybe even the UK, but that means that they get to ship stuff domestically. Whereas for me, I think being in Hong Kong and situated here, the likelihood is that I would have to ship things internationally. So if I didn't opt for the elite tier, which is the threshold is $50 US, I feel like the shipping costs would cost more than the gift itself, which I think in the end I did spend about like $25 US on shipping. So it really did add up to quite a bit. But these inks, these are, I believe, Cult Pens exclusive because you have these labels on the back. And these, I want to swatch out. I've actually been eyeing these, oh my god, for a while. Never got around to buying it because I didn't know when I would actually buy stuff from Cult Pens. So I don't know the property of these inks. I think they're sheening. And these are called Littles because I believe they're the staff names of people who started Cult Pens or the core people of Cult Pens. And so they have the regular like 80 ml bottle where the names are like Christopher and like Robert, and then the little ones are just called like Little Mo, Little Chris, Little Bob, which I thought was really cute. So I think this is a 30 ml standard bottle. Let me just see. So my gifts were actually sent to me a message or a handwritten letter already on Reddit. So they did already spoil a little bit about what is inside the package. Okay, so these are called the iridescent inks. So they're iridescent inks, and they sheen because the gifter noted that I love sheening inks. And their favorite is Little Mo, so I feel like we should try it out. These sketchbooks are gifted to me for my journaling and sketching habit, as well as the Lamy All-Star. But I can't wait to try out. Let's see, I'm gonna open a blank page. This is from last time. Maybe we'll do it down here below. With a, came prepared this time. I have a dip pen ready. Let me just grab a water cup. Okay, I'm zooming you guys in quite a little bit. I feel like because the Little Mo one was hyped up, we should leave Little Mo for later. Start with Little Chris. Oh, they actually say as well on the top. That's really useful because I feel like once you line up some diamine bottles from the top and you put it in a drawer, not that I have a drawer for my inks. This is, I dipped way too much. This is Little Chris. I feel like the thing with a dip pen is it always puts out a really saturated wash of color, and you can't really see what exactly it is. It's hard to actually see what exactly this color is until it dries out, so we're gonna give it some time. Next up is Little Bob. Last but not least, it's Little Mo. Okay, the ink hasn't fully dried yet, but Little Mo has this blue base color with a pinkish sheen. Little Bob is, well, I thought it was a red color, but turns out it's kind of green. And Little Chris is black with some pink sheen, or pink with some black sheen. But if I just flicker this page a little bit, kind of see the different nuances. Alright, that's gonna be it for this haul, and I'll catch you in the December daily portion. Hello and welcome back to December Daily 21. So we are definitely recording all of that haul that we just kind of unboxed. Not that it was a haul because it was really a gift, but we're definitely documenting that here in our December daily spread. And I'm actually a little bit sad that I'm unable to print the letter, and the reason for that being is that I just don't have access to a printer. I mean, I can use the office one, but I'm not I would feel a little bit more comfortable if I'm able to access a printing service where I pay for it on my own and not have to like sneakily print in personal stuff at work. Anyways, because this is a gifting sort of spread, I just thought I would pick anything that has like some presents wrapped in for like the transfer stickers. And I was going through my pile and I'm landing on this exact same sticker sheet that I used a few days ago. And I realized as well here, because I am doing this transfer sticker over a surface that kind of has some bumps on it because of all the scrapbooking that I've been doing in the previous spread, it was actually a bit trickier to use this transfer thingy. But I'm so glad that they gave me this little tool thingamajiggy, because it actually really helps to smooth out a surface, and instead of using like a pen, or I have to scout for like the edge of a credit card or something to use this. So what I'm doing on the left is I'm currently drawing the 3 little diamine ink bottles that I got, which, by the way, these bottles are really tiny. I'm actually not even sure if I could fit my pen and like the whole grip section into the mouth of the bottle, but I'll need to find out about that. I just recently also filled up like my diamine inkwell with my ink that I use for my 580 ALR TWSBI. So maybe if the grip section thing doesn't work, I'll just have to use an inkwell to combat that. Anyways, I'm also sketching the other stuff, namely the 3 sketchbooks as well as the Lamy All-Star. The benefit of the Lamy All-Star is I could kind of make the size sort of similar to real life. And actually, I realize now that I could do it as well with the ink bottles, but I wanted to leave enough room on the page itself to swatch out the inks. And I realized that this whole illustrations from the gifts does not leave me enough room to journal, so it's going to be more illustration heavy today and less so in text. For the labels of the ink bottles, I just tried to match what was on the ink bottles themselves, so I'm leaving a white space in the middle, drawing in the mouth because it's like the bottles are open, so I didn't really draw the cap, and therefore the mouths are like a little bit thinner than what you see on the right. And then I'm going to draw in those little Chris, Little Mo, Little Bob texts using my dip pen and the actual ink itself. I'm also just noting how much I really love using my Greenleaf and Blueberry watercolor palette. I think just having used it for just 21 days straight now, I've really gotten to know this palette really well. And although Greenleaf and Blueberry always has like this really great palettes that I always really want to try, but I'm just barely scratching the surface with this palette. Like if you look at it, they're still filled so much to the brim, even though there are some colors where I've like dug a hole quite literally quite deeply. Viridian, I think, is it Viridian? I think it's Vivianite. Vivianite is the color that I think I've dug in quite deeply, and I haven't found a replacement for that just yet on the website, because as a small sort of artisanal watercolor workshop, they don't stock every color and every palette during every restock, and they restock every 2 weeks. There are also some pauses this year with summer and whatnot, so I haven't exactly found or been able to buy Vivianite half pan, so I haven't really actually dug through that blue a lot, especially because I also wanted to explore the other colors, since all the other colors are really great. especially the reds. I don't use that much, but it seems that I gravitate towards the darker colors a lot more. But the reds, and in particular the cyan and the magenta, are really strong tinting colors, so I don't even need a lot of them to for their strength to show. But because I do draw with a lot of dark colors, it seems that I'm digging through the darker shades quite a bit. Moving on to the other stuff, I'm just coloring in the sketchbooks, and I spent quite a little bit of time actually on coloring in the pen itself. Not just trying to match its color, but also trying to give it a metallic feel so that it does shine through. Pun unintended, but I'm just glad that happened. And I just wanted to also draw the colors of the 3 sketchbooks just to differentiate them and not have it in a pile. And now we're moving on to kind of drawing or lettering, in fact, Secret Santa. And then I was contemplating what to do for the 21. And I wanted to do it sort of in a present form just to make it a little bit different from the previous days. But I also still want to letter it in gold. So I decided I would move on to do a watercolor block first and then draw the 21 on top of the box a little bit later. But at the same time, I don't think I drew in the box dark enough, so the 21 doesn't shine as brightly as I thought on like paper, but when you tilt it to the side, of course the shining or glittery properties of this Coliro color does make it stand out a lot. After this, I was just using the dip pens to kind of swatch through each color, and it's actually a little bit of a chore because I have to wash and dry the dip pen each way. The colors actually show up quite differently than they did on the Tomoe River paper, which I was quite surprised, and I'm not sure if I'm contaminating my pen, but I don't think so because I did like give it a thorough wash. I really hope I'm not contaminating the pen, because if I'm contaminating the first ink swatch, it means I've contaminated the whole bottle, since I just dip right in. But at the same time, this label color for this top one, which is Little Chris, this color matches a lot closely to what's on the bottle label itself, unlike the Tomoe River where the color was a lot more greenish and totally different. So I think these are just one of those special inks that have different properties on different paper, which is another fun bit of fountain pen inks, is that you never really know what you're gonna get because it depends on the combination, like how wet is your pen and how much ink does it put on paper, and then how the paper reacts to it. Is the paper coated? Is it not coated? How much does the sheen show through, or does it like shine at all? So these are all the different factors that I think really play and make fountain pens like such a customizable experience. And I was just thinking today at how much I love like the tinkering aspect of this hobby, and just like I was refilling some of my fountain pens today, in particular my Diamond 580 ALR Twisby, and it was just such a nice ritual like motion to do, because I'm just like refilling the ink and then cleaning it up afterwards. Like, it seems a little bit of a hassle that you have to do this all the time and every few weeks as well, but I quite enjoy the process. I think there's something kind of therapeutic, yeah, that's the word, kind of therapeutic about it. And the fact that I use fountain pens, I think people are quite surprised that I do use them. I've only known one other person in real life who uses fountain pens as well. So I think it's kind of like a niche, but I think it's also a growing niche because a lot of people seem to be sort of tinkering back with these analog-ish hobbies, especially during the pandemic, and I was definitely one of them. So after a little bit of journaling, I think this is where we leave it at. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to see you for the next few days, which is 22, 23, 24, 25. 4 more days left until we wrap up December daily, and then I'm just thinking of doing like a little flip through at the end, just to kind of reflect on the process a little bit, and having to see my progress in the beginning, from like not knowing what to do until at the end where I'm a little bit more comfortable with the whole process. But yeah, thanks so much for sticking around thus far for almost 3 weeks, or I guess it is 3 weeks today, on December 21st on December Daily, and I hope to catch you guys tomorrow. Take care.